These Ricciarelli cookies are a Tuscan Christmas classic. Originating in the 14th century in Siena, these are now an Italian Christmas staple. And they're gluten-free, so perfect for all of your friends and family to eat. To a bowl, add 2 egg whites. To this, you're going to add 1 tablespoon, 13 grams of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon, 4 grams of almond extract, and the zest of an orange. You could also use a lemon if you'd prefer. Now start whisking together until it becomes frothy. You could also use a hand mixer for this. This is what it should look like. Now set this aside while we mix together our dry ingredients. Sift 200 grams or 1 3/4 cups of icing or powdered sugar. It's a particularly damp day where I live, and my icing sugar is really clumpy. And I hate sifting icing sugar. So I'm going to whack mine through my food processor to get it nice and smooth. But feel free to just sift yours if it's not super lumpy like mine. Add that to a bowl. Then add in 200 grams, 2 cups of almond flour, or almond meal, depending on where you live. But make sure it's blanched. You don't want any little bits of the almond skin in your almond flour. And give that a stir together. You'll want to stir this together until it's mostly combined so that when we add it to the egg whites, there's no lumps of sugar or flour. Add your dry ingredients to your wet ingredients. And then start to stir to combine it. I'm tipping the dough into a smaller container so that it fits nicely in my fridge. Cover it with a lid or with cling film and into the fridge. The mixture needs to rest for at least 24 hours or up to 3 days, and that really helps the flavors come together. It also makes it easier to roll it out. Once the dough has chilled and all of the flavors have come together, we need to roll it out. So dust your work surface with a little bit more icing sugar. We're continuing to use icing sugar because we're going to dust these with icing sugar anyway, and we want to still keep them gluten-free. I've formed the dough into a log with my hands, but we're going to roll it and use the icing sugar to make sure it's nice and even. Now gently just roll it back and forth until you get an even log. And if you've got any bits that don't have icing sugar on it, continue to dust. Now we need to slice our Ricciarelli. You can use a knife, but I'm using my bench scraper, and you want to make these about 1 centimeter thick, so about 0.2 inches. And if you feel like things are getting stuck, give it another dusting. I even dust my bench scraper. Now it's time to give them their iconic shape. Give them a good dusting of powdered sugar on the tops and bottoms because they're very sticky. Traditionally, these would have been baked on a piece of wafer or rice paper. That would help them come off of the tray when baking. Nowadays, we don't really need to do that with the invention of parchment paper. But if you'd like to be really traditional, cut out your wafer paper to the shape of your cookies and press them onto the bottom of each one before baking. Now take each piece of dough, gently flatten it out into sort of an oblong, sort of diamond shape with rounded sides. So little pointy ends and sort of a rounded center. It should sort of resemble a piece of rice. Then dust the entire cookie with more icing sugar. I gently pass it back and forth between my fingers to get any of the excess off, and then place it on your baking tray, leaving enough space between each cookie, at least 4 to 5 centimeters. And just to make sure they have that extra crackle, I'm going to give them 1 more dusting of icing sugar and into the oven. The baking times and temperatures for this recipe are a little bit complex, so pay attention. Preheat your oven to 150 degrees Celsius or 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Then once your cookies are in, set a timer for 5 to 6 minutes, at which point you'll want to turn up your oven to 170 degrees Celsius or 340 degrees Fahrenheit. These will then cook for a further 5 to 6 minutes until you start seeing a crack forming on the top of your biscuits. Then set your oven to 160 degrees Celsius or 320 degrees Fahrenheit for the final 5 to 6 minutes. They'll be very delicate when you take them out of the oven, so I'd recommend moving the entire piece of parchment paper onto a cooling rack so that you don't break them. These are perfect to eat after they've been cooled for 1 hour, if you can wait that long. You can store these in an airtight container for up to 1 month. But if you want to make the dough in advance, I'd recommend chilling it, rolling it out, and then freezing it in a log or in its slices before freezing. And for another regional variation on an Italian almond cookie, you have to try my Sicilian almond cookies with cherries. They are delicious. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button down below, and I'll see you next week.